watching March to March presented by Principal Financial Group. We welcome you inside the Lawlor Event Center. A Silver State Series rivalry. The Rebels taking on the Wolfpack as we take a look at the updated Mountain West Conference standings. UNLV in 5th place, Nevada moving up the ladder as well. Hi, we welcome you courtside. Alex Savario alongside Mike O'Donnell. Mike, these are two teams that no one wants to face once we get to March.
A loaded Mountain West Conference. It's been outstanding. Two teams ready for conference play tonight.
Let's take a look at our starting lineups here. No Desmond Cambridge in the lineup tonight for Nevada. As for UNLV, Jordan McCabe, one of the top assisted turnover ratios in the country. Now let's take a look at our keys to the game, brought to you by Daisy Cottage Cheese. Mike, what you got?
UNLV has to shrink the gaps on Grant Sherfield and drive and kick for threes. Nevada's not great at guarding the three. Nevada has to search for connecting plays, more assists, the offense is rolling, and be like the Riddler, keep Bryce Hamilton guessing on the offensive end.
Let's take a look at the head coach for UNLV. It's Kevin Kruger in his first season, doing a nice job. Remember, his father, Lon, the legendary coach, was the head coach here at UNLV several years ago. And as for Nevada, Steve Alford, now in his 3rd season as the head coach of the Wolfpack. As he tries to get his team back into the right spot, he's got a solid player to do that in Grant Sherfield, the Wichita State transfer, now in his junior year. And what a guard matchup we're going to have tonight here when you got Grant Sherfield, one of the best not only scorers but also assist men in the country, and for UNLV, perhaps the player of the year in the Mountain West, and Bryce Hamilton. All right, Mike, what do you want to see in the first few minutes here from UNLV?
UNLV is one of the best teams in the country, scoring off of cuts and screens. They do a great job of running their half-court offense. That's a good sign for Nevada. They can get in the gap and make Bryce Hamilton uncomfortable. They're going to be in a good position here by the middle of the first half.
That Rebel just couldn't get through the blockade there as Nevada brings it up for their first offensive possession. This is Trey Coleman working it inside to the Texas transfer. Will Baker goes out of play, last touch by UNLV.
That's one thing you'll see Nevada do. They have the height advantage. They're going to want to go inside early and often. Takes pressure off Grant Sherfield from a scoring standpoint.
Sherfield do the inbounding. That is Baker taking the shot. A little bit too strong there. This is McCabe. We talked about him just briefly. Been one of the best assisted turnover ratios in the country. And he's really helped make Bryce Hamilton a better player.
He's totally bought into the spacing offensive culture that Coach Kruger wants, and he's owned it from day one. Made Bryce Hamilton a better player because he's a drive and kick guard.
Meanwhile, McCabe hasn't taken away. A rare turnover from him. Here's Blackshear on to take the other way, leaving it back for Warren Washington. He's missed the last 8 games, but in the lineup tonight here for Nevada. This is McCabe. Swinging around to Hamilton. He thought about it. Out to Nuga for the 3-pointer, and that is short. Offensive rebound. Iwako takes it inside for the jam.
Iwako, my! Wow!
There's going to be energy in this building tonight. They are still filing in here to the Lawlor Event Center, and it's already been loud as Sherfield lines up with a triple, in and out that time.
Fool's goal defense for UNLV. That's the last guy you want to leave open on a cross-court pass. Grant Sherfield, big-time shooter.
Here's McCabe, left corner for 3. That one is short. And a quick shot in Kruger's offense.
You know, Alex, you're at a point now in the season where both teams know each other really well. So individual play, not turning the ball over, making one-on-one plays is going to be huge tonight.
The shot from Blackshear. Here's Hamilton on the right wing for 3. He buries it.
But that was Jordan McCabe making a play, passing ahead in semi-transition. He's such a great visionary in semi-transition. He's always looking to pass ahead.
Bryce Hamilton was named National Player of the Week on February 1st. That was the day that UNLV beat Nevada. First game of this season series. Inside, it's Baker with the turnaround. Misses that one. Ball is loose. They couldn't hold on to the rebound. It goes out of play, and it's going back to Nevada.
There's McCabe off the steal. This is Blackshear. Big-time athletic guard making the high IQ play for the dunk. And this is Iwaku sending it home.
Working inside, it's Washington putting it in, the 7-footer from San Marcos, California. The Oregon State transfer, they like to have his big body back in the lineup here.
Hard to simulate Washington and Baker, right? In a scatter report and in practice, it's difficult to simulate that kind of size and what they do of altering shots, just like on that last possession right there.
James, the runner, only hit the window.
Oh,
here's Hamilton, spin move, beautiful. That's a scorer's move right there.
You said it. There's no question about it. Bryce Hamilton is more than just a slasher and a big-time finisher like we've seen from the last 2 seasons. He is a scorer, has an array of moves, and the threat of his three-point shot makes him almost impossible to guard.
Trey Coleman. Sherfield again. 10 on the shot clock now. Sherfield stops. Free throw line extended, buries it.
You see the patience of Sherfield to dribble into that shot. He's not deterred by heavy on-ball pressure. He's so intelligent and he's so patient. It's very frustrating to guard players like that.
Here's McCabe left to the circle, in and out.
Back-to-back mid-range jump shots do not make the analytics gurus happy, Alex.
Sherfield. Nice pass on the backdoor play. Reverse layup is good. Trey Coleman with a beautiful move. Now here's Nuga taking it baseline. He goes for the reverse, but that one goes over the backboard and out of play.
Grant Sherfield making plays, top 5 in the country in assists. This is Bryce Hamilton, one of the best scorers in the country, top 10. Watch Sherfield line up in mid-range and rips it. This is a good one here in the Mountain West. You got to stay with us. We got dimes dropping like this.
You're watching March to March, presented by Principal Financial Group, as we look at the series history between these two clubs. UNLV leads the all-time series, won the game earlier this year, but Nevada had an 8-game win streak in the series before that loss back on February the 1st.
Well, UNLV beat Nevada. You were talking about that game by 11. Grant Sherfield did not play. Big thing to look for is the Wolfpack were 3 of 17 from 3 in that game. And they need to do a better job of finding threes, not just for Grant Sherfield, but for the rest of Nevada on the perimeter. If they can manufacture more threes in this game, that's how they stay in it.
And don't forget, you mentioned it, but we want to re-emphasize as that one goes on the floor, we get another jump ball. It's going to stay. Our partner's going to go to Nevada here, or UNLV. No Desmond Cambridge in the lineup tonight. He was in warm-ups during the pregame warm-ups, so he did not participate in that. We did see him earlier today. Undisclosed reason why he's not playing or in the lineup tonight.
And two big reasons why that's important is Cambridge, last 6 games, he's averaging 21 points a game, but he also defends the opponent's top guard. Cambridge would have had the assignment on Bryce Hamilton. Something to watch for. You know that they're going to throw multiple defenders at Bryce Hamilton to try to slow him down.
It's a lot of points per game that Nevada's not going to have in the lineup. Here is Hamilton. Up top to Royce Ham. Fantastic rebounder for this UNLV club. Working inside of Waco. 4 on the shot clock here. We got a whistle and a foul is called. It's going to be against Nevada. KJ Himes, the redshirt junior from Phoenix. We called for the foul, and Steve Alford doesn't like it.
Yeah, it drives you crazy as a head coach. A great half-court defensive possession for the Wolfpack. 5 seconds on the shot clock. You were going to force a difficult, contested jumper, and you foul.
Hamilton with a hand in his face, lets it fly, in and out. And that ball volleyballed out of play by UNLV. It'll go to Nevada.
Anytime Bryce Hamilton takes one of those shots, just you and I expect it to go in. He's been on such a tear the last 10 games, averaging 27 points a game, but it's the three-point shot that's really accelerated his scoring this season.
A lot of motion up top from the guards here. Sherfield pulls up, hangs up in the air. Can't get it to drop that time.
Yeah, he had to hang up in the air because McCabe altered that shot on a really good closeout.
Hamilton Works inside, spin move, up and under, kick it out. Making that extra pass, Justin Webster launches, and he hits it for UNLV, and they reclaim the lead. Quickly on the other end of the Wolfpack. Three-point attempt, too strong. Hamilton's got it. Hamilton, step back three. Who does that remind you of as he buries the triple? A southpaw wearing number 13 and a step back three.
Filthy, absolutely filthy from Bryce Hamilton. I don't know if there's a scorer in the country that's feeling it more than Hamilton right now in the last 10 games of the season.
Hamilton already with 8 in the game. There's a takeaway and a re-takeaway. Now Coleman, he thought about it, now decides to take it. A non-rhythm three still goes in. Usually, you're a shooter, you don't like those types of shots.
Never. I never want to pump fake because I'm unsure of what to do. It takes you out of rhythm.
13-11. UNLV on top with the basketball. This is Jordan McCabe. Throwing it up there, looking for the alley-oop. Couldn't connect on the pass to Mwaka. Sherfield for three. Short.
Here comes more ball screen action for the Rebels. They love to get in ball screen semi-transition.
And we're going to get a jump ball here as Blackshear got his hands on it.
You want to know why this is one of the best scores in the country? Is because of plays like that. Step back three at 6'4" shooting guard? Come on, man. You know how hard that is to guard, Alex?
That's not a step back. That is a jump back. I mean, that is a long stride to get back in the three-point range.
Well, it's all about creating separation nowadays. He's got such a quick release, and he worked on it during the summer. Talked with Coach Kruger about it. He goes, he just locked himself in the gym and got better. Got up a ton of three-point shots, especially off the dribble, which is such a hard shot to take.
Blackshear takes a contested three and misses short. This is Donovan Williams. Wearing number 3 up top. Swinging around here to Keyshawn Gilbert. Gilbert, jump stop in the lane, throws it up and buries it.
Freshman Gilbert is going to be really good for UNLV. They have high hopes for him as the years progress. Big-time defender, but when he's making offensive plays like that, that gets you more PT, Alex.
Freshman from St. Louis, Missouri, as we get a rejection there by David Mwaka. Hamilton.
Good D. Really good D.
Gilbert. Back out to Webster. Hamilton. 5 on the shot clock. Step back again. No call there. Looked like some contact. Hamilton did stick his leg out. Miss on the shot. And a three-pointer from the top of the key. In and out. Ends up in the hands of Nevada. Sherfield on the drive. It's going to be on the floor. Nevada basketball on the other side. We've got a good one here in the Silver State Series. Rebels up by 4.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Principal Financial Group. Get to know us at Principal.com. By Daisy Cottage Cheese. Discover why only Daisy will do. And by AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, and secure.
Coming up Saturday night at 10 Eastern, the same running Rebels back on CBS Sports Network as they take on the top of the conference, Boise State Broncos, who are at 13-2. Don't miss tip-off right here on CBS Sports Network. Broncos with a 58-57 victory over San Diego State tonight. And look at the scouting report on the Broncos and where they're at. They're out in the Mountain West. You know, the talk had been Colorado State and Wyoming. Boise State may be the best of them all.
There's no question. It's their defense. They have such a sound half-court defense. They do a phenomenal job of building a wall in the half-court. It's kind of like an impenetrable wall that you're trying to break as an offensive unit. It's very, very difficult to score against the Broncos. Let's think how loaded the Mountain West is. Boise State, right? Wyoming, Colorado State, San Diego State. When you think about, like, can you imagine facing Utah State as an 8 seed in the Mountain West tournament? Nobody wants to play Justin Bean and Utah State in the first round of the tournament. Deepest it's been in a long time.
Sherfield gets that hometown bounce. Finds the hoop there. It's a 2-point game. I'd throw these two teams right up there in teams that the upper echelon of the conference doesn't want to face. Especially, imagine if UNLV got matched up with Colorado State again, a team they've beaten twice.
Well, and you think about Nevada with Grant Sherfield having a scout for him, but also when Cambridge comes back, that duo, that's one of the most potent offensive combos in the Mountain West is Grant Sherfield and Desmond Cambridge.
Both those top scorers have missed some time this year. That's prevented them from probably having the year that they want to. Sherfield takes a long-range J. Hard rebound off the front of the rim. And he stepped on the sideline out of play.
Sherfield wanted him to let it go. He wanted him to shoot that. It was a great extra pass by Sherfield. You gotta let that go when you're open.
Jalen Weaver on the step out there, the freshman from Aurora, California. 2-point game here in Reno. Tough pass for Williams to handle, get it into the hands of Nuga. Now it's Webster in the corner for 3, in and out. They like to take a lot of threes. They make a lot of threes too. Just 3 of 10 though for now.
And if you're Sherfield in Nevada, this is the time to make a play on the offensive end, just like that. He makes the difficult look routine. He's really a special player. With Bryce Hamilton on the bench and Jordan McCabe on the bench, this is your time to lock up and get a couple back-to-back defensive stops.
Sherfield now with 6 points in the game. This is Donovan Williams. Working on Sherfield, trying to get some room. He's going to get called for the offensive foul. Saw that wraparound?
This is Sherfield on the change of pace, and that's what he does exceptionally well. Nobody's going to talk about how is he the fastest player in the Mountain West. It doesn't matter. He's one of the best players in the Mountain West at changing speeds, and why that's important is that as a defender, when you guard a player who's got great change of speed, you're guessing. You have no idea. I'd rather play against a guy who is going 110 miles an hour all the time than have a play against a guy like Sherfield who's going to go from 80 to 40 to 70 to 10. His stop-and-go change of pace is very Chris Paul-esque.
Sherfield decides to take it from the left side. No, looking for the putback slam was Washington. Just got a little too far underneath it to get a good angle on it.
That's where it's hard to simulate. Baker and Washington on the offensive glass, they do a great job of crashing the glass. And there's Washington, almost has his forehead at the rim.
Had to reach a little too far back. There's a takeaway. That was a good reach. Daniel Foster denying the pass. Sherfield working inside. Throwing it up to Foster. And Baker has it stripped away. That's Nuga on the break. Sherfield getting in his way. He throws it up too strong off of the window. Offensive rebound. We get a whistle before it. Foul is on the floor. And it's going to be against Nevada.
Nuga is tough as nails. I love watching Nuga because he's always in the gap. Watch him make a play. You see him, he eyes up Baker, gets his hand right in the dribble lane. A little change of speed, body contact, and control. Love that from Nuga.
Hamilton, the runner, can't get it to go. Tried to get his own rebound there. Nuga right there again. Hamilton prevented it from getting it into the hands of McCabe.
Iwaku kept that alive on the offensive tip.
Six on the shot clock. Hamilton dribbles, pulls up. Oh, nearly got that one to go. And getting tangled up there was Owako. And it's going to be a loose ball foul against Nevada. It's going to be against Warren Washington.
That's the second time where it looked like Bryce Hamilton got hit on a contested three-point shot. I'm a little surprised at least one of those hasn't been called. We're going to Hamilton on a screen here.
UNLV's been scoreless for the last 4 minutes. Let's see if that ends right here, and it does. Royce Ham from downtown shoots it from 38% out there. He's not necessarily a volume scorer for them. He scores when they need him to, but he's a do-everything guy for them, the Texas transfer.
When you're almost 40% from three, you've got the green light. If you're in rhythm and you're open, that's a good decision by Ham.
Washington had it in his hand, stripped away.
Waku, look at the hustle by the big fella. This is back and forth we go here in the Mountain West. How great is this? Stay with us. Rebels up 3.
UNLV guard Bryce Hamilton is our Reese's player profile subject. One of the best scorers in the country, like you mentioned, at over 21 per game.
Well, he's a 3-level scorer, and he hasn't been a 3-level scorer in the previous seasons because now he can shoot the 3, which makes him ultra dangerous. Last 10 games, he's shot over 43% from 3. He's got a great teardrop, and the way he creates separation with this step back makes him virtually impossible to guard in one-on-one. James Harden-esque type skill on the offensive end for Bryce Hamilton.
One of the things that we talked to Coach Kruger about is his patience and letting the scoring come to him and not pressing. And you've seen that in this game a bit. You certainly saw it quite a bit over the weekend against Colorado State, where he didn't have many in the first half and then let it fly in the second half and really put the game away.
Everybody talks about great skill sets for different scorers, but Bryce Hamilton on the offensive end is a great decision maker. I think the decision on knowing when and how to score is even more important than just having great skills in order to score.
Foul underneath against UNLV. It's going to be against Webster. Fouls on the floor, so we'll stay with Nevada.
When you got Sherfield taking the ball out of bounds, they're going to the bigs.
Went to Washington there, missed too strong on that shot. It's Sherfield now. With it on the baseline, puts it up, just got a little bit of room and just found the window.
The ball fake safe. Anytime you're a smaller guard, if you can pump fake around the rim and just get an inch of daylight, you're going to be able to get a shot off.
That's what Mike does to me on our pickup games.
Always.
He just gets it to
got a ball fake.
Ball fakes. Here's Hamilton. McCabe thought about it, a little contact there. 5 on the shot clock. Hamilton takes inside. That one's rejected. That ball looked like it was on the way down. Taken the other way. And they call a shot clock violation way after the horn. We'll go to Nevada.
Take a look at this pump fake for Grant Sherfield. Just sends him, gives him enough of room to finish. And here's the block on the other end. You can't make Bryce Hamilton go left, and if he does, you got to be ready for the weak side block.
Both of our top scorers are eyeing that double-figure mark. Sherfield with the basketball's got 8. This is Baker on the take. Throws it up. Nice little shot there.
What?
A little Kevin McHale-esque there from Will Baker.
Great reference. You're right. That was a 7-footer baby hook.
Out of the corner. Webster buries the triple in the corner. Webster with 2 threes on the game. He's got 6. Coleman trying to find some room, gets it to Baker. Baker pulls up from about 10 feet out.
So you can see what UNLV's playing defensively. They're going one-on-one. They're not doubling because they're afraid of leaving Sherfield open for a 3. Baker and Washington can take advantage of that.
Knotted up at 21. McCabe Stops at the elbow looking for some room. On the shot clock now. McCabe launches a long triple. Way off the mark there. Sherfield taking it on McCabe. Coleman has it poked from behind by Hamilton.
This is almost impossible to defend. This is a 7-footer, baby sweeping hook shot on the left side of the floor from 7-footer Will Baker. Can't stop that, Alex.
Great really body control there.
We got to have a little touch and rhythm, too.
You know, you and I were talking about before the game. I wanted to get your thoughts on how they're guarding Sherfield, UNLV.
Well, so far, they're trying to go over top of the ball screen, and what Sherfield is doing is he's just being really patient, and in one-on-one scenarios, he's getting into the paint. I don't think the gap defense for UNLV is as good as it was against Colorado State.
Traffic inside as Blackshear drove it. Had it knocked out of his hands, ends up in the hands of UNLV.
Great pass ahead by McCabe.
Hamilton didn't see it in front of him. Treats back out. McCabe.
Got a mismatch down low.
Trying to work it inside of the bounce pass as it's taken away. Sherfield with it, looking for that thread-the-needle bounce pass. Couldn't get it. It's another turnover. Now here's Williams. Kick it out to McCabe. Fakes on the pass. Now takes the shot. Has it blocked by Washington. I think McCabe realized who was in front of him. Sherfield. A little teardrop. Can't get it to go. Rebound hand.
That's fool's goal defense for UNLV, though. Sherfield is getting into the paint at will in one-on-one scenarios, especially in semi-transition. You can't fall in love with that possession defensively for UNLV and think that's good defense.
Hamilton. 5 on the shot clock here. Hamilton just trying to find any type of room. Fall away from the elbow. Misses.
That was big-time defense from Trey Coleman, staying in front of Hamilton and contesting that shot.
Here's Coleman. It passed to Blackshear. Got some room to shoot it. I think you're onto something on a fool's goal defense. They're certainly getting some room to take shots.
It's open, yeah. And the Rebels' defense in the gap is something they worked on in shoot-around and something they were great against in their blowout win versus Colorado State. They are not in tune in gap-help defense tonight.
Long three-point attempt there from Ham. Comes up empty. Knotted up at 21. Both teams who have cooled down. Nevada scoreless in their last 2:45. UNLV scoreless in their last 3:15.
Too easy.
Sherfield misses short there. Williams has it. Here come the Rebels. Williams into the lane, looking for a reverse layup. Way off balance on that shot.
I don't like that shot. He actually had McCabe open in the right corner for a kick.
This is Will Baker on the block. In on Awako. We're going to foul before the shot's taken. And Nevada will have it on the other side. It's a tight one here in the Silver City rivalry, 21 apiece. Coming up in just a little bit, we've got AT&T at the half. Jamie Erdahl, Wally Zerbiak, Brandon Rush, and my little homie from Memphis, Gary Parrish, are in the New York studio. Get you all caught up on all the night's college basketball action. That's coming your way next on AT&T at the half. We're on knotted up at 21. Mike, you had an observation on what was going on in the UNLV huddle.
Yeah, the UNLV coaching staff was actually doing defensive slides in that huddle because they were saying, look, we have to stay in front on Sherfield. We're giving up way too many points in the paint. Nevada has 14 of their 21 points in the paint. Majority of those have been Sherfield, but then you also have to pay attention to the one-on-one battle in post play. UNLV has to do a better job against Washington and Baker in the post.
Both teams have been stuck at 21 for a while.
Went right inside again.
Hines just trying to spin and find any type of room to get a shot off before being caught for 3 seconds. It goes out of play. They'll stay with the Wolfpack.
And that was great defense by Ham. That was a good job of walling up defensively without fouling. Here comes screen-to-screener action.
Nevada will have 11 on the shot clock here. Kick. Move it back up to 20.
That was very poor screening by Nevada. Nobody hit a body. You got to hit a body and screen the screener. It's coming again. Here it comes. Blackshear's coming to the right wing.
Blackshear on the baseline. Washington.
Got all day. Got all day, big fella.
Beautiful move on the spin.
Go to work.
Saw a little bit of patience and then a lot of quickness.
Yeah, you're in dangerous territory if they keep doing that. For UNLV has to start thinking about, do we double, do we dig, do we fake double? Something to keep an eye on in the post.
16 points in the paint that ends a 3.5-minute scoring drought for Nevada. They're up 2. Here's Ham. Has it knocked out of his hands. Great defensive play there from KJ Himes. Working inside and drawing the foul. That's Trey Coleman, the sophomore.
Coach Alford is fired up because of the post play and the paint touches that the Wolfpack are getting. They are doing a fantastic job of isolating their post as well as getting into the paint. Teams that get into the paint on the offensive end from the dribble, seeing increased trips to the free throw line like we're seeing now, increased field goal percentage for driving kicks from threes. Analytically, it's the best thing you can do is chart paint touches.
Coleman missing on the first. 73% on the year. Knocks down the second. Minute 40 to go here in Reno for the first half. 24-21. The Wolfpack taking care of the home floor for now.
And Hamilton's been really quiet. Nevada's done a really nice job these last few minutes deterring him from getting the basketball.
This is Michael Nuga. And an offensive foul is called. It's going to be against Muwaka. Washington comes out of the game. He's played some nice minutes tonight.
And look where the freshman, Keyshawn Gilbert, is guarding Sherfield in the full court. He's one of their best on-ball defenders. They're trying to mix up some of the defensive coverage and really frustrate Sherfield with Gilbert's on-ball. There you go. That's a good job by the freshman, being aggressive. We talk about if you're not going to double in the post against Nevada, because they're clearly going the inside, and Will Baker checked back in. The next best thing you can do is apply great ball pressure. Ball pressure negates easy post entry passes. So watch for Gilbert to apply a lot of ball pressure on Sherfield. Stagger action for Sherfield at top. They missed the second stagger. Baker was late.
Baker working inside on Ham, and a foul is called. The foul call came from the sideline. Baseline official, they say, coming the other way.
We're going to get another look at this. We're going to try to see what we call offensive foul on Baker. Ooh, I don't know.
I think
I'm probably letting that go.
I think they're, yep. Offensive foul on Baker.
I'm letting that go.
Hamilton has not scored since the 14:05 mark.
And they've rotated defenders on him. You've seen Coleman, you've seen Blackshear. Sherfield all guarding him.
No points for UNLV in the last 5.5 minutes. Rebels hoping for some offense to get a little bit of momentum going into the break. This is Nuga. Into the lane. Takes it to the rim. Has it blocked from behind. Offensive rebound, and the putback is good by Milwaukee. 1-point game here in Reno. And a timeout taken by Steve Alford. Nevada wants to talk it over for the final shot. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Welcome back, 24-23 Nevada. This is Nuga on the drive. Want you to watch two Nevada defenders go for the block. That leaves the wide open offensive rebound opportunity for Milwaukee. Nuga does a good job getting downhill late in the shot clock. Remember, he took that drive with only 5 seconds on the shot clock. Gets it off just in time.
22 seconds to go. What did Steve Alford draw up in the huddle?
You know there's going to be some type of ball screen action for Sherfield. That's where he is electric. And the clock didn't start. Steve Alford puts his hands up and he says, hey, this is our home clock here. We got to have this thing right here, fellas.
I'll come over and take a look at that. You talked about the defense, what they've been doing, we being Nevada, on Bryce Hamilton. What do you think about the way they've been playing Sherfield defensively for UNLV?
Well, I don't think they've done a great job. And if you're looking at the points and say, hey, Sherfield's only got 8, and he's taken 11 shots, but I don't think they've done a good job of.
So here's a look at it. Take a look at the clock. It's supposed to start, does start. And then it stops at 16.7. So they're likely going to take a little bit of time, probably not much.
Maybe 2 seconds. Yeah.
But if you're Coach Alford, 14.1 is what they're taking off. You know, you call a timeout, you're going to run a play. You know, you don't want to show anything until you're ready.
You're probably running the exact same play. You didn't show much, and there's going to be some type of ball screen action for Sherfield here. It's number 25 in blue, and the freshman, number 10, Gilbert, he's got the assignment. They're going to go, and the clock stopped briefly again, and they're going to go, oh, there it comes.
Oh, Sherfield.
Oh, Baker.
Collision with Baker. Sherfield inside, throws it up. A little kiss off of the glass. And UNLV not going to get a shot off in time to close out the half. A little momentum for the Nevada Wolfpack to close out this first half of play.
There's been points in the paint for Nevada all first half long, and this is Sherfield just making a difficult, strong guard shot.
One of the best scorers in the country gets it done at the final horn. He's got 10. That's the end of the first half here in Reno. A great defense of the home floor by the Wolfpack, taking on their rivals of UNLV. After the break, we'll send you to the gang in New York with 18 at the half. You're watching college basketball on CBS Sports Network. It's March to March, presented by Principal Financial Group. You're watching March to March, presented by Principal Financial Group, as we get ready to start the second half here in Reno, Nevada. It's the Wolfpack up by 3 on the Rebels of UNLV, 26-23 to score. Hi again, everybody. Welcome courtside. Alex Sabario alongside Mike O'Donnell. Mike, very physical game. It was at a really good pace early, got really sluggish near the end of that first half.
This is lunch pail, hard hat type stuff. Big, physical, aggressive Mountain West basketball. I love it.
Let's talk about the Nevada Wolfpack, hoping to get the win back that they lost back on February 1st. He didn't play in the first game, but Grant Sherfield making an impact here tonight.
0-4 from 3, and you would think he'd be struggling, but he's not. Had 10 points in the first half and was big time at orchestrating into the paint. Nevada has 18 of their 26 points in the paint. That's something that UNLV is going to have to figure out. How do we keep Grant Sherfield and the Wolfpack out of the paint area?
Let's take a look at the first half stats. The Wolfpack up by 3. You can see the three-point field goals. Nevada doesn't take a lot of them, doesn't make a lot of them. UNLV among the top teams in the conference in making three-point field goals, but you're talking about the turnovers.
9 turnovers for UNLV. Too many turnovers for the Rebels. Nevada's not pressing. They're not in full denial. That's something they have to fix quickly.
Did you expect that much of a disparity, by the way, on the points in the paint?
No, not at all. But that is one hard thing to prepare for Nevada when you've got the two guys, the two 7-footers. It's hard to simulate that in practice defensively between Baker and Washington of Nevada.
Here's Hamilton, aggressive early. He had not scored since the 14:05 mark of the first half. That ends that drought. He's in double figures now with 10.
Huge emphasis in shoot-around by Coach Alfer is we cannot let him drive left. Well, guess what happened?
Now
They
here's
let him drive left.
Sherfield on the other end. He's aggressive there, misses that runner. You know, he's missed a lot of those point-blank little teardrop shots tonight.
Again, we keep talking about fool's gold defense, and we've got two UNLV players. It's difficult getting up. Hamilton's back up. He's grabbing his left shoulder.
Wacko down. Wacko's been dealing with a shoulder issue this year. In fact, he dunked the ball so hard at Colorado State, he actually had to come back out of the game. This time it looks like a lower body injury. Take another look.
That's two UNLV players colliding on the floor, and you could see right away Waku, he grabs the back of his right leg immediately when he falls to the floor. And Hamilton was grabbing his left arm as well. And remember, he's a lefty. That's his shooting arm.
Yeah, he looked like he went kind of shoulder to shoulder there with Will Baker. Waco's going to come out. They'll take a look at him. He's holding the back of his right leg here. As he comes out, but not being helped off. It looks like he's okay for the moment. He'll get looked at on the UNLV bench. All right, we saw Hamilton get the first bucket here, so aggressiveness, more aggressiveness from Bryce Hamilton. What else did Kevin Kruger say in the locker room?
Defensively, we have to keep the ball in the paint. That's the #1 key for UNLV, and that's what Coach Alford is telling our guys. If we can keep the ball out of the paint, this is a different ball game.
Ham working inside, lost the handle of the basketball. Waka had it for a second. Ended up in the hands of Sherfield, but he was out of bounds.
I thought that was really good defense by Baker.
There was a foul call there.
Moved his feet, created a wall of defense right around the rim. It's hard to do for 7-footers.
So turnover goes against Ham for the loose ball foul there. Just underway with the second half here. Here's Baker, rattles in a three. And the big fella from Austin, Texas, puts one in from downtown.
He's a pick and pop post. Shoots almost 40% from three. He was the first player at shoot-around this morning working on his three-point shot.
Well, earlier he had that sweeping hook shot, looked like Kevin McHale from the 80s. That's more of what a big does today. He's shooting those three-pointers.
This is called a drag screen in semi-transition, and that is a pocket pass by Sherfield for Baker, who lines it up perfectly. Little finger point, too, by the big fella.
This is Hamilton. Takes the three. This is short.
That came off his hand really awkwardly. There was a side spin on that backspin. There's no way that ball's going in.
Washington hadn't played in the last 8. Goes up with that one and misses. He's pointing at his forearm, wanted a foul, didn't get it. Cabe on the take, knocked out of his hands, out of play. It'll stay with the Rebels. And McCabe in the corner for 3, misses. And the three-point shooting just has not been there tonight.
I want you to watch the backspin. You see the sideways spin. It comes off his hand really awkwardly. He didn't catch it clean off of the dribble, which is a rare thing for Hamilton. But don't forget, 2 possessions ago, he's grabbing his left arm after he fell down on that loose ball. You wonder if it just didn't feel right on that jumper.
Baker working it inside. We've seen him with a little finesse, now with a little power.
That's back-to-back possessions that they called Baker's name on back-to-back possessions.
5-0 run here for the Wolfpack. Nearly a steal by Washington. Take it inside, Hamilton. You know, it's been really surprising to see some of this. You know, just a couple of nights ago, they took on Fresno State, who's got one of the best bigs really in the conference. And did a nice job on him.
You're talking about Orlando Robinson.
Yes.
He's one of the best bigs in the country. He's an elite talent in the post, and they held Orlando Robinson just a few games ago to just 7 points.
Hamilton with a little runner gets that one to go. So seeing the plays by Baker and Washington tonight for Nevada has to be a little surprising.
Number one, there's not enough ball pressure. The passes are too easy going into the post if you're UNLV. And two, when do you start thinking about doubling?
Sherfield inside. Stutter move up in the air, and Washington caught the ball up in the air off of the miss and puts it in.
They have the height advantage right now, and Nevada is playing with more effort and intensity, crashing the glass.
Throws it up to Milwaukee. Gets it in the hand. Lost the handle on it for a second, but a foul called against Nevada.
This is, again, Sherfield. What does he do? He gets into the paint, and if he misses the shot, nobody for UNLV is boxing out. All you see are foreheads looking up at the basket. You've got to turn and put a body on someone. There's so far, Baker and Washington, they're going to carve you up on the offensive glass.
Here's Hamilton.
Oh, the
nice
spin
move. Takes it inside. He's hacked hard. And a foul is called. And it's going to be against Warren Washington.
Look at this spin. Anytime he's driving right, he's almost always going to spin, and that is clearly a foul. Probably, I don't know.
2 fouls.
Yeah, I don't know how more obvious you can get. It was somewhat late, too.
Fans here at the Lawlor Event Center didn't like it, but, I mean, video did not lie.
Nah, there's no question. And you see Bryce Hamilton's got 12 points tonight. 6:19 left. You can't fall in love and say, hey, I think we did an okay job on Bryce Hamilton in the first half. No way. You have to continue to put your foot on the gas pedal defensively, give him different looks and sit in the gap.
This will be interesting to watch here after that three-point miss from earlier. He connects on the first free throw. He's a 74% free throw shooter on the year, Bryce Hamilton.
And that looks smooth. That came off his hand really clean.
He has kind of a strange follow-through. If you look at the southpaw, it kind of moves, his hand moves to the left more than a straight up and down.
Actually, on free throws, he does go up and down, but on threes, he does have a little bit of left to right motion on his follow-through. Good eyes by you, Alex DeMario.
I always watch shooters that were significantly better than me, which is pretty much everybody.
Yeah, but you are a fantastic rebounder, though.
I took charges. McCabe. Working it into Ham. Strong move in the lane. Can't finish, though. And a foul is called on the putback by Milwaukee. Solid start for Nevada in the second half. They're up by 4 at home. 4-point lead by the Wolfpack over Nevada. And man, Will Baker, talk about the epitome of versatility tonight.
Yeah, the Wolfpack are ecstatic that Will Baker's back in the lineup. The sweeping Kevin McHale baby hook. A little pick and pop action for 3, and then he does a nice job of sealing his defender for the dunk. Will Baker's got 9 points. And when you're talking about what do you need from your other role players when Desmond Cambridge is out, a kid who's averaging almost 17 a game, other guys have to step up, and Will Baker has stepped up for the Wolfpack. He's been really good, actually on both ends of the floor for Nevada.
UNLV came into this game looking for their first 3-game winning streak in conference this year. They did such a nice job against 2 very, very good clubs in Fresno State and Colorado State over the last 2. Just haven't seemed to find any offense tonight. Milwaukee goes to the free throw line. 66% free throw shooter on the season.
But you called that Colorado State game, and you saw how much that their defense fueled their offense.
Yes.
McCabe could get out in transition, semi-transition, or Hamilton get out in full-court transition, and that's where they got a lot of their threes, and then points around the rim. But defensively tonight, I just don't think they've been as locked in as we saw them in that blowout win versus Colorado State.
But this is a team in UNLV is going to work inside to get a shot there. Hamilton with the rebound. Still shoots it at 35% from three. You're shooting just 29% from three tonight. That's one of the big marks you're going to look at through the rest of this game as Hamilton looks to get rid of it. He does. Three-point attempt off the mark again from Webster. Back into the hands of Nevada.
That's Baker on the rebound. He's really been the X factor tonight for the Wolfpack.
Blackshear slips and falls on his way to the basket. Takeaway here for the Rebels. Inside, nice move underneath. Donovan Williams with a reverse.
We just talked about defense to offense for the Rebels. That's the key. That's what makes them go. Boy, he's in the paint every possession. Sherfield gets into the paint every single time he touches the basketball.
They get it to Baker on the block.
Offensive.
And that's going to be an offensive foul. Fans not happy with it, but an excellent position there for Donovan Williams. Makes a great play on one end right here.
Back-to-back acrobatic plays for Donovan Williams. And this is what you have to do. This is mismatch, and I'm okay with that call. I like that call. He was in position. He took it in the chest. It wasn't a flop. But that was a good call.
You know, you really can't take that heavy push anymore as an offensive player down there.
Especially in a mismatch situation if the smaller player has his feet set.
Williams, might have gotten away with a travel there. There's some smiles in that UNLV bench, but just like that, Donovan Williams has put UNLV back out in front. It's an 8-0 run for the Rebels. Three-point attempt. Blackshear comes up empty. You knew the Rebels weren't going to be held down for long. Here's Hamilton on the drive. A little teardrop, misses. And the rebound, Trey Coleman.
It's a physical game, and the refs are letting them play right now. You have to be aware of that as a player and adjust your positioning. You can't hope for a foul.
McCabe lost Sherfield there. What a block there. Should have been a jump ball there as that one got loosed on the floor as McCabe covers it up.
Look at Milwaukee. Turns around immediately, and look his right hand right on top of the basketball. Almost cups it into a jump ball situation. That's big-time timing on the shot block. Great shot blockers aren't just big. They've got great timing as well. We don't talk about it enough. Yes, he's big, he's athletic, he's got a great wingspan, that's fine. But if you don't have good timing, you're going to get fouled on those blocks a lot.
We got a foul here on the drive by Daniel Foster.
Let's take a look at this timing again. You have to understand, Uwaku wasn't sure. He just stopped the basketball right at the point of attack.
Question, should that have been a jump ball right there instead of a few seconds later when he was on the floor?
A little too close. I think you need to let at least more of a half second, maybe one more second go off that.
I'll tell you what, Steve Alford is giving the officiating crew an earful the last three possessions.
It's been physical. We talked about it last two possessions. There's been a lot of physical play around the rim, not just in post play, but on drives as well. I think Sherfield actually should have been called twice around the rim where he was driving and attacking and probably got fouled.
1-point game here in Reno. And 10 on the shot clock. And a block underneath as Williams goes down.
And the stands are calling for a hook and hold, but the contact actually happened before the hook and hold. That's what Nevada's complaining about. Here's the contact right now. That's the foul, and then the hook and hold happens.
McCabe with it here. Outside, three-point attempt. Bryce Hamilton from downtown. He's starting to fire up.
Did you see the backspin on that one? Much different than the previous three that he missed a few possessions ago. That was pure.
Hamilton was 17. He's 8th in the country in scoring average on the season at 21.5.
Coaching staff was not happy with that shot attempt by Blackshear. Contested 3 earlier in the shot clock.
Hamilton. Inside. Spin move. Fall away. Rattles it home. He's got 19. And much like he did back in Las Vegas on Saturday against Colorado State, he's starting to gain confidence and get back in control. UNLV reclaim the lead. They're up by 6. You're watching March to March, presented by Principal Financial Group. It's been a 15-3 run by UNLV. They're up by 6. And Bryce Hamilton has really stepped it up here in the second half.
Starting to feel in the second half. Started with this 3 that had perfect backspin. We call that the deadly swan when he holds that up. And then 95% of the time when Hamilton drives right, he's spinning and has great touch within 8 feet of the rim. Watch this drive. Here comes a spin. Know thy scatter report, Alex Del Barrio. You got to know he's going to spin if he's driving right. And, you know, if I'm Bryce Hamilton, 19 points, 3 of 7 from 3, I'm going to continue to attack and not settle for threes. Nevada's got 6 fouls. Can you imagine Bryce Hamilton in the bonus with 12:21 left? He could have over 30 tonight.
Kevin Kruger's UNLV bunch got to be happy with the way his team has responded here in the second half. Just 3 points for the Wolfpack in the last 5 minutes or so as Sherfield drives to the rim and ends that little drought.
Ball screen rejects are key for guards like Sherfield. The defense isn't ready. They're not set when you reject the ball screen.
I'm starting to think we're going to see back and forth between our 2 top guards. Williams throws it up, wants some contact, perhaps a travel, neither called. Here comes Nevada, looking to respond, to leave back for Foster. Found a little bit of room, got it to go.
I like Foster's game. He's a star in his role. One thing he's done really well tonight, as Ham's limping, they're checking to see if Ham's okay. And this is Foster. Kept his pivot foot down. The best thing about Foster's game tonight has been his defense, and Nevada needs a little bit more defense. They want to get back into this thing. We got a pretty tight one.
Take a look at the foot of Royce Ham here after this shot made by Foster. And you see him come down awkwardly on that left ankle. Goes down, but he remains in the game. Looks like he's going to stay in. Now tomorrow night at 7 Eastern, we bring you a must-see college hoops showdown as the leader of the Big East. 11th ranked Providence plays host to Xavier. It's Colorado State then looking for redemption against border war rival Wyoming. And you can watch it right here on CBS Sports Network. There's that point guard matchup for that Providence-Xavier game. Providence, what a year they are having in the Big East.
Ed Cooley needs to be in the conversation for National Coach of the Year. Providence looks like an Elite 8 Final Four type team right now.
So Ham, despite that shake up, that injury on that left ankle, he's going to stay in the game. Keep an eye on that as we move forward here. UNLV up by 2 on a 15-3 run, but Nevada's been able to respond here lately. Here's Hamilton again, long range 3, misses just about everything. He goes out of play on an air ball. Sure he'd like to have that one back.
You just get a feeling that they're going to some type of ball screen action with Sherfield here. Here it comes.
Sherfield. He spins, puts it up, puts it in. Count the basket of the foul, says Grant Sherfield.
No shot has come easy for Sherfield, and maybe there hasn't been a more difficult shot than that one tonight for the Nevada superstar. That's and one, the old-fashioned three-point play. He's got 14 tonight. He's taken 17 shots, Alex. There's 11 minutes left in the game.
Deshaun Gilbert commits the foul there. He was kind of no man's man. That's as a freshman learning how to play against one of the top guards in the country.
One of the top playmakers, just understands timing, space, awareness on the offensive end.
Hamilton puts it up, puts it in as he rattles it home.
When he's dribbling into threes like that, there's just not much you can do. The release is so quick, and he's a big guard. You have to start denying him the basketball.
That's the 16th 20-point game of the season for Hamilton. He now has 22 after that last made three. Hamilton, good pass for Ham! Dunks it down! 45-41 UNLV. Foul on the floor on the drive by Sherfield.
This little pick and roll action. There was no tag help defense by Nevada. Left the roll man wide open, and that is a big time pass by Hamilton. He was more excited about that pass than he was his three. That's what I love about Bryce Hamilton.
Hamilton with 3 assists on the game. And the one he picked up right there. Here's Sherfield. Getting around, Hamilton gets it in, just found a little bit of room to get that shot up in the air.
How great is this battle right now? Sherfield and Hamilton going back-to-back possessions, making plays. Two of the best guards in the country, going at it.
Okay, now it's Nuga. Webster throws one up, that's gonna be a goaltend. You know, there was another block earlier in the game where the ball looked like it was coming down. This one, he didn't get away with.
Just on the downward trajectory. Really, really close.
Sherfield. Down low, Coleman has that shot altered. 4-point lead here for the Rebels.
Here comes the ball screen after the dribble weave action. McCabe operates really well here.
Nuga, kick it out to McCabe. He's been quiet offensively. Tries to dish off, turns it over. His second turnover of the game. Sherfield launches on it. Misses. Hamilton skies for the rebound. Hamilton tries to get to room and retreats all the way to the three-point line. And he's got it.
Oh, he gave him the beard. He gave him the James Harden step back. Oh, no.
Second time we've seen that tonight from Bryce Hamilton. He's got a game-high 25. 7-point lead for the Rebels. Coleman misses short there. Up ahead to McKay. Coleman on Hamilton. Hamilton kind of being held there by Coleman, and it's a takeaway. 2-on-1. Foster to the rim, lays it up and in. Nuga out to Hamilton. Thought about it. 5 on the shot clock. McCabe lets it fly. Short. Gets his own rebound. Takes it inside. Misses the layup. Washington inside. Lays it in. Timeout. Rebels.
the beard from Bryce Hamilton. Rips a three. And this crowd is rocking. As Hamilton knocks down the three. Look at this pass from Blackshear. The catch. The finish. This is great.
Well, this play is definitely worth a watch, presented by Principal Financial Group. It's Bryce Hamilton going James Harden action on the Nevada Wolfpack.
This is straight and one mixtape. Drop your defender to the floor and then rip a three. Absolutely filthy, proper hand development by Bryce Hamilton, who is having himself a night. 25 points tonight, hit 5 threes so far. There's just under 7 left.
You know, I know that was called worth the watch. I think Daniel Foster's probably the only person who thinks that wasn't worth the watch. The defender on that last play there for Nevada. All right, the energy is certainly picked up in the building. You know, the Rebels have answered, but the Wolfpack have struck back.
The atmosphere in this building has been fantastic. It's one of the things I love about Mountain West basketball. Great energy in this building.
Nuga.
Well, look at the denial. Did you see how far that Hamilton has to catch it all the way out to the logo? Good denial by Blackshear.
7 on the shot clock. Hamilton rises and fires, misses that time. On the break, they get it to Coleman. Hamilton with the takeaway. Lead for Nuga. McCabe fakes on the shot. Beautiful pass inside. And David Mwaka with the slam. Rebels up by 5. This is Sherfield. 7 on the shot clock. Inside, finds some room. Boy, they've had that all day, haven't they?
He puts his hands up. You got to be kidding me. Those are bunnies that he makes, and he's talking to the refs right now about the body contact at the top of the three-point line. Not around the rim, but around the three.
Nuga getting bumped out to McCabe. In rhythm for the three, lined up for it. Finally got on the scoreboard. McCabe had been 0 for 8 before that make right there.
McCabe looked up at the sky and made prayer hands and said, thank you, thank you. I've been needing that one to go in.
He's been distributing the ball well. He's got 6 assists in the game, but has not been able to get one to drop as we get a miss on the other end from Nevada.
And this is time for UNLV to eat up some clock, take your time, run your offense, and you know it's going to Hamilton.
Here's Nuga, takes a 3 of his own. Misses that one. And Wolfpack can't hang on to the basketball there. Goes out of play through Blackshear's hands.
And this is the 3 by McCabe, who catches it in rhythm. And then, thank you so much. He says, I've been needing that to go in. That's great. You got to smile. When you after you are really inconsistent from 3 and you knock one down, sometimes you got to smile, Alex. It's got to feel good. Basketball's no fun when you're not making shots, brother.
Hamilton inside, finds a seam through 2 defenders and able to find the layup room to put it up and in.
Best scorer in the country you don't know enough about is Bryce Hamilton.
27 points for Bryce Hamilton.
He's an elite scorer. The ball screen rejects. Defense is stuck, doesn't know what to do. Coleman gets locked up, and the finish amongst the trees, you can see why Hamilton, he's elite.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Back here in Reno, join us for Inside College Basketball. Our studio crew is back in New York, ready to bring you All the highlights, hot takes, analysis as the road to the Final Four continues right here on CBS Sports Network. Jeremy Erdahl, Wally Serbiak and company in studio. Now, once again, let's take a look at our Daisy Cottage Cheese keys to the game.
And UNLV's just done a nice job of driving and kicking for threes. They've hit 9 threes tonight. Nevada did a better job passing the basketball, 10 assists on 21 field goals, but they have not been able to mix up their defense enough to slow down Bryce Hamilton because he has gone off for 27 points tonight.
You know, he really felt like a different player after that first made shot in that second half. And much like the game against Colorado State, he was a little bit more aggressive, but smartly aggressive.
He was patient in the second half, and he let the offense come to him.
Coleman with Hamilton on him. Now Baker working inside. Strong move to the hoop, but can't finish that time.
A lot of contact down there, Alex. Looked like a lot of body contact.
Royce Ham with another rebound. He's got 11 of those in the game. UNLV out-rebounding Nevada 36-29. They're 15-0 this season when they out-rebound their opponent.
1-3-1 zone for the Wolfpack right now.
Corner in the corner, missed there by Hamilton, goes out of play. Last touch, Nevada.
If you can get the ball into the paint, the corners, like in a 1-3-1 zone, are open. They go back to man. Nevada's back to man.
McCabe. 8 on the shot clock, leaving it back for Nuga. Rhythm 3, got it. Michael Nuga from downtown, the 5th-year guard from Lagos, Nigeria. Now on the other end, it's Coleman trying for the 3. Ball hung on the rim for a while, finally dropped in, so Nevada finally able to respond with a bucket.
It's time right now for Nevada to ramp up the defensive pressure. You've got to sit in passing lanes. You got to make it really difficult. I don't know. Your legs are tired. That's fine. You got to dig your heels in.
McCabe on the catch and shoot, misses that time. Too strong off the heel. An offensive rebound again here for UNLV.
Nevada looks tired. For the first time this game, they look tired.
It was the 12th offensive rebound of the game for Nevada. Or pardon me, for the Rebels. Hamilton with the pull-up, 2 on the shot clock. Not that time. Sherfield. Outside, Coleman misses the 3. And a save there, but right into the hands of Warren Washington. Sherfield lines up at the 3. That's too strong. That goes out of play. Last touch, Rebels. It'll stay with the Wolfpack.
Take a look at this 3 by Coleman. Just kind of hangs around the rim. A little home cooking here in Reno. Why not? Nice soft rims here, Lawlor.
10-point lead here for the Rebels. We get a foul called way before the shot.
Baby hook. Baker's calling for the N1. Not going to get it.
Baker's stepping all the way to the free throw line. Foul is on hand. Nevada will be shooting free throws for the next Rebel foul.
They tried to go ISO into Washington. Waku did a nice job sealing.
Baker lines up for the 3 and misses.
It's good looks, Alex. They've gotten multiple good looks here in the last 2 minutes. Shots are short, legs are tired. Sherfield's gone quiet. That's the story of the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Hamilton's got 8 rebounds in the game. Now on the other end, throws one up, can't get it to go. Again, he's kind of cooled off a little bit. And another offensive rebound by UNLV.
Back with the patience of McCabe, understanding he doesn't need to attack yet. Going to run the offense, take some clock down, run your ball screen.
McCabe, fall away, gets it to go. McCabe had missed his first 9 shots of the game. He's able to make 2 here in a row.
This is late in the shot clock, just making a play, a fadeaway, low percentage shot over the 7-footer. Trash talk.
12-point lead for UNLV, and you know, you talked about Sherfield. No points for him since the 9:54 mark. He's got 17 in the game. As he goes to the free throw line here. That ends that scoring drought, but with 1:13 to go, it's too little too late for the Wolfpack. You know, they've had a similar second half to what they had in the first half. Shooting at a slightly lower percentage, but they have 26 in each half. But UNLV has just been superb offensively.
Bryce Hamilton's been just elite in the second half. They've had no answer for one of the best scorers in the country in Bryce Hamilton.
He's got 27. And that duo of McCabe and Hamilton. Hamilton does a majority of the load in terms of scoring the basketball. He can't always do it without the help of McCabe as Hamilton goes inside and that one is blocked. KJ Himes comes up with it.
This is the type of game where you really miss Cambridge. He gets almost 17 a game. When Sherfield goes quiet, if he gets a little tired, they just lack the offensive firepower to surround Sherfield with additional shooters or scores. With Desmond Cambridge out, you lose that. You lose 17 a game.
UNLV 11-0 this season when they allow fewer than 60 points. With 20 seconds to go here, the Rebels are going to pick up their 3rd consecutive victory here in the conference, their first 3-game win streak in conference play as Hamilton launches again, misses that time. Rebound to KJ Himes, and I said it to you earlier today. We get an alley-oop on the other end as Warren Washington slams it home with 1.3 to go. The Rebels of UNLV is a team no one, especially Colorado State, wants to face in Las Vegas at the conference tournament in a couple of weeks.
That's 3 wins in a row. At Fresno State, beat Colorado State, and then just at Nevada. That's a big-time 3-game stretch.
Let's take a look at the updated Mountain West Conference standings. UNLV, their 9th conference win of the season. They even moved their record to 17-11 on the year. And Nevada falls to 6-9 on the year, but UNLV right among the top teams in the conference as UNLV picks up the victory 62-54 over the Wolfpack of Nevada here in Reno. For Mike O'Donnell and our entire CBS crew, my name is Alex Del Barrio. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Coming your way next, it's Inside College Basketball in our New York studios. We'll break down all the college basketball action from tonight. It was a fun one here in Reno, but the Rebels come out on top here in the Silver State rivalry.